And your financial acumen and understanding the value of money as it relates to the product on the field is unassailable, and I congratulate you. And my wife is particularly happy with your efforts to re-sign Kevin Kiermaier. At the same time, both the center-left Brookings Institution and the right-wing Heartland Institute are in agreement that when it comes to publicly funded professional sports stadiums, the return on investment to the taxpayer is a net negative. University of Chicago economist Alan Sanderson says Hillsborough County would be better off throwing the money out of a helicopter than it would funding a baseball stadium. And more practically, that money would return a better investment to the taxpayer if it were used on small businesses than if it were used on a stadium. It's been 12 years of negotiations now, and during that time, we've seen, Mr. Sternberg's personal net worth estimate to $900 million. Why haven't we gotten a top-line number from the Rays about exactly how much you're willing to spend on this project?
Okay, there's a lot there. I'll tell you again, the goal of what we've done here, and the reason we walked away a few years ago was we did not think that a net positive return investment could be made on full season. We're there. This roof, it costs too much. It limits the facility's ability to integrate into the community. I think it actually makes it harder to recruit other events versus an outdoor venue in the winter here, which is something we're really excited about. We're doing economic impact studies. You know as well as I do that you can pay people to say things. We're lucky. We have some of them in this room. We have public officials who are asking those questions and who are going to dive into it and who are responsible for looking out for that side of things. What we've tried to do is take that number and make it as small as we possibly can. And what we're talking about, I'm not going to get into exact specifics, but I'll reference, a roughly $700 million stadium, and we want to try to pay for half of it. If we can pull that off, I think you will have one of the lowest public contributions into a ballpark that we've seen in a very long time. I think you're going to get that significant economic impact that no one's ever tried before by partnering with another city and bringing direct economic investment through tourism. Again, not part of those other studies. And maybe there's a good case to be made. But again, that part has to be made by our public officials. One of the reasons I'm talking about it is that I think it's going to be incredible, and I think we're way better off with the venue, with all the events that it can bring, and with the Rays and Rowdies than without, and that it's worth making that investment. I'm biased for obvious reasons. It's not my call, and I would never presume to tell any of the public officials in this room or you or anyone else how taxpayer dollars should be spent, any more than I would tell you you should be a season ticket holder. We need those things. We try to convince people all the time, but how folks and how municipalities spend their money is certainly their decision. What we're trying to do is build the best case we possibly can. We've taken no for an answer twice. You mentioned 12 years of it. If that's where we land up, that's where we land. What I need everyone to understand, though, is the result is that we don't have the team. And we hear all about what Tampa Bay can mean and what it might do and how much people enjoy the product. And there are, in particular, seniors who never come to our games who get an enormous benefit from our product, and we really don't monetize. So I think there's a lot of good that comes with it, but these are decisions that you and everyone else has to make. I want to provide as much information as I can. I want to be as transparent as I can. I can't speak to the specifics of Stu's net worth. You know that baseball's got rules about all those kinds of things. But we're going to try. Appreciate the question.
Thank you.
I may have a series of questions for you when we're done too, Tim.